just the same. But so what? It was fun, spicy, and harmless. Each time they saw each other, their attraction became more tempting and enticing, and she felt that Tyrone Hardcastle was worth every minute she was putting into it. Juilliard educated with a doctorate degree, he was responsible for the music and entertainment at Leo's. She had to give him credit for how his skillful selection of music, every noteworthy tune, had enhanced the event. Those in attendance would remember the varied sounds and resonance of the reception as much as they did the wedding itself. Both had been crafted together in a way that made it one unforgettable event. She could also give him credit for how he looked tonight. He was not dressed like a behind-the-scene worker, detached from the activities, like the rest of the Hardcastles who felt a definite closeness to the three brides. He was dressed in formal attire like everyone else. No man, she thought, should look that good in a tux and have such a striking profile. He wore his sandy brown hair in twists that fell to his shoulders. His skin was a golden brown, and his eyes, still trained directly on her, were large, slanted, and clear brown. Like his twin, there was a distinctive mole on his left cheekbone and a strong cleft chin. From what her sister-in-law Raven had told her, Tyrone was very much single, preferred to be called Ronnie by family and friends, and placed everything, including women, second to his music. She shrugged. She didn't have a problem with that, since she'd also been accused of placing everything second to her career. At least that's what Rafe had claimed. As she took a sip of her punch, thinking that even the fruity drink was first class, she decided to stop this game she was playing with Tyrone Hardcastle for now, since nothing could ever come of it. But then maybe, one day. 1. 9 months later. Tyrone Hardcastle clasped his hands around a mug of hot chocolate while sitting in a cafe in New York City in the middle of January, with the temperature less than 15 degrees outside. He almost envied the two brothers and cousin he'd left behind in D.C. to run things at Leo's. Almost, but not quite. Even with the cold weather, nothing was better than being in New York in the wintertime. He had grown accustomed to New York winters while a student at Juilliard. In spite of the ice, snow, and cold, there was something invigorating about being back in the Big Apple, even for just a short while, especially since he was here to do something he got a lot of pleasure from, sharing his musical talent with others. He thoroughly enjoyed his job as entertainment director at Leo's Supper Club, a restaurant he owned along with his oldest brother Noah, his twin brother Tyrell, and his cousin Ayanna. During the year, he occasionally traveled to a number of places to keep his finger on the pulse of the music industry, which was the reason he was in New York. He had returned to work as a visiting music professor at Columbia University for 6 weeks. Tyrone glanced up, looked out the window, and studied the feminine figure moving across the street, then drew in a deep breath as a sudden feeling of heat slithered through his body. This was the second time he had seen her this week, and both times he had gotten this sudden feeling of acute desire. He wondered if she were someone he knew, but both times he'd only managed to catch a glimpse of her from the back. As she was also wearing a huge overcoat and a knitted cap, he hadn't been too sure. Still, a part of him wondered, what was the possibility of two women having that same sensuous walk? As far as he was concerned, Sidney Corbain definitely had a patent on it. She also had a patent on the sudden rush of passion he was feeling. In all his 33 years, she was the only woman who could make him feel such an irresistible attraction. Sidney Corbain. Thinking of Sidney, he recalled the last time they had seen each other, at her brother's wedding nearly 9 months ago. He would never forget that day. They had not exchanged a single word, yet somehow managed to take the art of flirtation to a whole new level. They had been rather creative, and she had definitely gotten a rise out of him. Literally. She'd had all the qualities needed to attract a man's attention that day, and had definitely attracted his. From the moment she walked down the aisle as a bridesmaid, his libido had gone into overdrive. Instead of the long gowns that most attendants wore, the three brides had decided to go with short bridesmaids' dresses. There was nothing